What that? What they talking about? What they talking about?
Prophecy music on the beat.
People pop shit behind your back when they see you face to face. Always want to talk it out. Talk it out. Sitting there stuck and confused, trying to be cool, acting like they don't know what you're talking about. Talk about. All my niggas on point, all my niggas gon' ride. We don't walk it out. Nah. But I must be doing something right that they don't like, cause I'm the only one they talk about. Calm and cool when I'm collected. BBE my team and I'ma rep this. I'm rapping money.
Bottle Talk Podcast, we back. You already know it. Season 2, you know what I mean? It's your boy K, you feel me? Relay, you feel me? Charles, Jahai, we here, man. What y'all thought it was over or something? Y'all thought it was over? Can I talk my shit? Can I talk my shit? Talk it. Shout out to my boy Bugsy from Philly, yeah. Can I talk my shit? But season 2, we back, fellas. What's good with y'all? I'm happy to be here, man. It's been a long time coming, man. We took a whole month off, man. Yo, we missed a lot of stuff. We missed a whole lot of shit. We missed a lot of stuff. We missed a lot of shit, man. We about to do a light little recap. You feel me? We gonna start with yeah, I mean your boy Kels, man. Yeah, I mean R. Kelly. You feel me?
Yo, man, listen. So we could technically do like 2 whole episodes. We not though. But yo, man. So it's no secret to y'all. I would like to be a DJ one day. My playlist, my R&B playlist is something to behold. You know what I mean? I have given up my playlist to a lot of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's over 200 songs on there. Probably close to 3. Now, one R. Kelly song was on there because I know how to keep that thing grooving without having him on there. Now, here's the thing. I love R. Kelly. R. Kelly's dope, but I can't agree with everything he's done. And I've been off of R. Kelly for about 10 years now. You know what I mean? And so, you know, the nigga's been a nasty nigga for a long time, man, and we've known it, you know what I'm saying? He's been a nasty nigga for the last 25 years, but for the last 25 years, we have continued to sell out his shows, buy his records, make this thing go gold, platinum, double platinum, whatever, you know what I mean? Because we forgive cats that make good music despite their flaws, you know what I'm saying? Because also, it's no secret that the most flawed people make the best music, man. They make the best art, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, it's
that whole documentary shit was
crazy. It was insane. There's a lot of stuff in there that I didn't even know. I knew he was nasty, nigga, but I didn't know he was that bad.
The way they was talking about it, like he was just like disgusting, like
yeah, man.
There's no really
off the chain.
Yeah, like I mean, R. Kelly, man, look, man, obviously the nigga needs some help. Like,
yeah.
I mean, he need to see somebody, some shit like that. Like,
he's banned from places. Banned from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
He ain't tore nothing.
Yeah, they taking all the stuff off of Spotify.
Yeah, he's out of here. All channels.
Yeah, all that stuff, man. It's crazy, man.
I agree that he need help too, but there's been some like different forms of like doctors and mental health clinicians and whatnot that have come out and said like they were pursuing to work with him, but he doesn't have the mental capacity to even process the fact that what he's done is not socially acceptable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, but when you say the documentary though, you know, like the nigga can't even read and shit.
Yeah.
So now I understand, like, I didn't hear about that, but from what you saying, like, I understand, like, the mental capacity.
Yeah.
If a nigga can't read, he's not going to be able to comprehend
At all.
a lot of shit.
So I think, honestly, to him, and I'm not making an excuse for his behavior by far, but I could see how, for somebody who doesn't have the ability to comprehend particular things, how he could, over time, kind of groom himself into believing that what he was doing was acceptable. You get what I'm saying? For him to keep it up for as long as he did, I think that he started to. It's kind of like, you know how you talk about people who lie a lot, they tell a lie so much that they start to believe it type of deal. And I think that's really what happened. Like he started to do something and he did it for so often, and it was justified by the people who was around him for so often that he really started to believe that what he was doing was okay.
They like, well, he probably like, well, if you know what I mean, if they with me, you feel me, I must be doing something right.
Facts.
So,
you know what? It kind of goes twofold though, because he admitted multiple times in there to people that was a part of the documentary that he knew what he was doing was wrong. But they continued to help him to do the wrong thing to keep his name out of the public eye. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I don't mean to get off, but it's like if you married, right, and you like porn, but you married, even though it's technically legal, like, you know what I mean, it's still immoral. Yeah. So you will do everything to hide it from your wife, but you're going to make sure that you're great at hiding it from your wife. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know that you're wrong. Even if somebody catches you and you tell somebody else other than your wife that, yo, this is what I'm doing here, and like, so what? It's just porn. But you know your wife don't agree with it. So anytime you see, you know, anytime she come in the room, you close the laptop. Or, you know what I mean, you're good at hiding. You know what I mean? So to you, you're like, yo, I've been getting away with it for so long, it must not be that bad until you get caught. And it's like, damn, I should have stopped 5 years ago. Right. You know what I mean?
That's just like, I mean, I don't want to go off subject, but if you watch the Ted Bundy shit, you feel me, on Netflix, like, crazy. He was doing it so long, like he convinced himself that he wasn't doing nothing wrong. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, like
it's hard to also change without accountability.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's like if you never got caught for doing nothing bad, you've been doing it for so long, you're gonna believe in your head that you're doing the right thing. Yeah. And
I think also too, like, just even to shed light on, like, when we talk about the exposure to something for an extended period of time, like, that becomes your norm, right? Yeah. And I think, like, we like, from outside looking in, from a lot of people's situations, because it's easier to talk about somebody else's situation because it's not yours, right? Yeah. But I think, like, a lot of times we fail to really acknowledge how hard it is to shift the norm. Like, when you have something that is like your daily routine or your life consistency, and somebody is coming in and asking you to do something that's adverse to that or that's different from that, then you're talking about changing who I am. You're talking about me diverging from something that I'm used to doing, and that's always gonna cause an immediate pushback because it's different than what I'm used to doing. It's like, for example, why it's so hard for you to go from not working out to working out. That's a change from your norm because you're not used to doing it. You know what I'm saying? So your body's gonna naturally resist from doing that because it's a shift from outside of your norm. So, like, I think considering his situation, people have to look at, okay, well, why is it so hard for this individual or people like this individual to change their particular ways? Well, that's because that's become their lifestyle, their norm. So me asking them to change that is not necessarily going to be an overnight thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that shit's crazy. But moving along, while we on the R. Kelly topic, the Michael Jackson shit, you know, they got a whole movie, I heard, out with two of the kids. The ones that was
younger and everything?
Yeah, the ones that went on trial before, like, and they denied it. They actually older now, and now they're saying that he actually did something to him. Yeah, I mean, I heard they premiered the documentary and everything. So I don't know, man. It's like it's kind of fucking Mike's legacy up. You feel me? But
I honestly don't think Mike's legacy can be messed.
Can be more messed up the way it already is.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Even with, like, the tampering of his legacy, the sad reality is, because I'm all for people getting justice for whatever they experienced in their lives, whatever the case may be. Whether it was a killing, a violation of any sort, whether it be sexual, whatever the case may be, I'm all for people getting justice for their life because they're the person that had to go through that. So I always empathize with individuals. But what I'm saying as far as Michael Jackson's legacy, as much tampering as it has had over the course of years, there's something about Michael Jackson where he's just always going to be a great. He's always going to be an icon. He's always going to be legendary. I don't think there's anything that anybody could say because the thing is, these stories have come out a long time ago, and to a lot of people, they were still believable. Yeah, they were believable. A lot of people believed those stories when they first came out. But his life still lived on. His music still lived on, even after his death. You know what I'm saying? His music still lives on, and it's like even in 2055. people are still gonna listen to Man in the Mirror. People are still gonna listen to Thriller, and
Yeah.
they're still gonna rock. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, like for somebody like Michael Jackson, whereas it's definitely gonna tear down R. Kelly because he's not Michael Jackson status. But for somebody like Michael Jackson, it's like, what are you really doing to me at this point?
That's true. It's like,
And he not here no more.
Yo, he not here no more.
Rocks at a
You know what I mean?
brick
Yeah,
wall.
he's not here to defend himself. But the thing with Michael Jackson, well, all right. So to kind of bring it back to R. Kelly, but move on at the same time. Both of them had traumatic childhoods that carried on into adulthood. We talked about this before. This dude never had a childhood. His childhood was taken away from him as early as 7, 8 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when he got older, he kind of never grew up. Everything in his adulthood resembled a child. His favorite character was Peter Pan, the boy that never wanted to grow up. He had his home was called Neverland Ranch, the home of Peter Pan. You know what I mean? He had an amusement park for kids. This nigga was climbing trees at 40. You know what I mean? Like a child. He carried around like, okay, so he's the hottest superstar by far in the 80s, right? Famous story. Brooke Shields, who was also one of the biggest movie stars at the time, wanted Michael Jackson to take her to the Grammys. Michael Jackson said no and took Webster to the
There's a
Grammys.
picture of that too. Yeah.
We thought that was crazy. We thought that was weird. But we also knew that this is a great artist who's still a child.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it's in history. You feel me? You can look back and see everything. He really never had a childhood,
And he never liked himself.
so
You know what I'm saying?
So you saying like his legacy can never be
Tarnished.
It will never be tarnished, one, because we've always felt bad for Michael. You know what I'm saying?
That's another.
We've
thing.
always felt bad for
Shut
Michael.
down.
You know what I mean? Like, we knew that his childhood was sacrificed for our enjoyment. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, like,
That's
yo.
crazy.
And America was okay with it.
That's crazy.
And we was okay with
That's
it.
crazy.
For the world, actually, 'cause he
Yeah,
was
that's
in
crazy when you think about it though. Like, damn,
Yeah.
like he really sacrificed his
Like-
childhood for everybody.
Yeah, and we hate Joe. We hate Joe.
Yeah.
But without Joe, we don't get Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
We don't get Jackson 5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that was a major part of not only our childhood, but our parents' childhood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Children to this day still emulate him. Like,
Yeah.
when you talk about like costume days at school, these kids are still wanting to dress up.
I
like
still
Michael
see
Jackson.
I still see videos to this day of niggas doing the Michael Jackson and shit. Young people, you feel me?
Yeah.
Teenagers,
Yeah.
moonwalking and all that shit. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I
man.
mean?
That's what I said. I'm all for people like, you know what I'm saying, having to go through whatever process they gotta go through, because at the end of the day, I feel like those individuals, whether it did or did not happen to those guys, I think that's like different closure that people need. So they're probably doing a movie for closure, maybe for other reasons. It could be ulterior motives.
It gotta be
I don't
closure.
know. But I think, you know, like I'm all for people getting the closure, because at the end of the day, if the offenses were made, those experiences are real to those individuals, and the, you know what I'm saying, the process is necessary. But I always tell people, as far as children are concerned, especially speaking to Michael Jackson's situation, like what's not resolved has always been resurfaced. Him not being able to resolve his childhood came back up in his adulthood. And so it's always gonna come back, whether like, I don't care if something happened to you when you're 12 years old, if you don't process through that in that time frame as a 12-year-old, it's gonna show back up at 32. Or it's gonna show back up at 45. It happens all the time.
You
Like,
like chasing them demons, man. You gonna try
Yeah.
to escape
And
the demons
honestly,
forever,
man, and those demons, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe those demons, if you don't take care of those demons, they get past them.
oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, so,
Absolutely.
I
Like,
remember Denzel said that shit. Like, I mean, in one of his interviews, he was like, "Our fathers be going through shit and they pass it on down to their sons."
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, even speaking on like my dad and shit. I remember when he said like, "I'm like this the way I was raised, so this how I'm raising you." And I'm looking at him like,
Yeah.
but I look at my seed like I don't want my seed to go through none of the shit that I went through.
yeah.
So the shit don't make no sense. But obviously he went through some shit in his childhood that stuck with him until he was older. You know what I mean? And he's trying to pass it on down to me, and I'm like, you know what I mean? Nah, nigga, like I don't want none of that shit. Like my daughter's not gonna feel nothing that I had going on when I was coming up.
That
I mean,
is the sad. That's the sad part. Parents typically parent how they were taught how to parent.
yeah,
For the most part. You know,
It's kind of fucked. It's really kind of fucked up. Like you
like, I was raised like this. Like, it's a whole different fucking millennium.
Yeah,
like,
that's why they talk about like diabetes runs in the family.
Yeah.
No, diabetes don't run in the family.
That's all
You know what I mean?
everything.
Like it's a whole pattern that we was raised on. You know what I'm saying? Like always say like, all right, so sorry, y'all. Let me address this real quick, right? So to go back to a conversation that we had previous season about culture, we as African Americans do not have a culture that we can call our own.
Originally, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we lost all that.
Yeah.
So when you think about Chinese food, that's their food. That's Chinese food. That's Dominican foods, Puerto Rican food. It's Indian food. Our African American food or our food is soul food. It's slave food. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. Think about how. All right. So I took horticulture and landscaping working with Uncle Dean. And when I went to junior college, it was a trade school, and horticulture and landscaping was one of the trades. I took that for the first month until I didn't like it. But anyway, I learned that collard greens, or greens period, whether turnip greens or mustard greens, it's a weed. It's a weed that should be discarded of.
Wow.
Like oatmeal, the oats should be discarded of for the wheat. The oats is what falls when you pick the wheat up. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So your body shouldn't even ingest that. You know what I'm saying? Your body shouldn't even ingest collard greens or mustard greens. But that's what they discarded, and we just had to make the best of it. You know how hungry? You know how hungry you gotta be to say to yourself, I'm hungry as hell. I'm about to go boil them weeds out there. Yeah. We're gonna put some pig feet in that thing. We're gonna be good tonight.
My mom was good that joint.
You know how hungry you gotta be? You know how hungry you gotta be to say, yo, I know that pig dead, man. But it's some intestines left in there. We still got something to eat. You know what I mean? And we made chitlins. We made chitlins. Now, I never fool with chitlins, but it's become a staple. It's become a staple in the black home. You know what I mean? Fried chicken. Fried chicken. Literally, it's the history of fried chicken. Fried chicken was made because it was the fastest way to cook the chicken to get it down to the slaves so they could eat and work at the same time. And we made it a delicacy. You know what I'm saying? Everything that they have given us to hurt us, we made it into greatness. You know what I'm saying?
Even the word nigga.
Even the word nigga. Everything that was made to hurt us was made to, we ended up making it great. Or making it a staple in the black home. So anyway, with all that being said, we have passed that down to our children, knowing that it could hurt us. You know what I mean? We cook with pork fat and lard. You know what I'm saying? And knowing it can clog our arteries. But our babies gotta eat. And that's all we know. It's survival. You know what I'm saying? We don't know to live and thrive and obtain. We know live to make it to the next day. And that's how we raise our children. You know what I mean? And now we know 150 years away from slavery, we know now we shouldn't still do that. But we have been conditioned to do that. But I think this generation or our generation is kind of breaking the chains from that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because like the whole eat healthy, workout thing, it's kind of like a trend now.
Yeah, it's a trend. But back then, they was just work hard. You know what I mean? They wouldn't work in the fields. They wouldn't work in the factories. That was working out to them. You know what I'm saying? Even the whole thing of fatherhood, the roles of fatherhood has changed. When we was growing up, your dad or even our grandparents, our granddads, they just knew to work 10, 12 hours a day, come home, eat a plate, go to sleep. You know what I mean? You didn't really have a relationship with dad. You know what I mean? You knew mom and dad worked to pay the bills, and you saw them when you saw them, you had a conversation when you had a conversation with them. You know what I mean? But we like, yo, I didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I actually want to go to my kids' games. You know what I'm saying? I actually want to have a conversation with my daughter. I actually want to know my kid. You know what I mean? Like, so anyway, I went off, but
yeah, I mean, we did go a little.
I'm sorry.
Because we were talking about Michael Jackson legacy, but speaking of legacy, I'm gonna move on to my boy. You know what I mean?
Big breaker.
Big
My boy Soldier, man. Soldier, a legend or none?
It's a legend, man. Trendsetter, all that.
Soldier Boy, alright, Soldier Boy is not a legend. But Soldier Boy did legendary stuff.
Ain't no if you did legendary
Gotta
shit.
be at least a legend.
No. Spud Webb was a 5'7" dude that won the slam dunk contest. That was a legendary dunk
How many
contest. He beat
times-
Michael Jordan.
How many times did Soldier Boy do some legendary shit?
Like 7 times.
So he's a fucking legend. Spud Webb did that shit once.
It's hurting them to say it. It's hurting them to
Spud
say
Webb did that shit
it. I
once.
was, you know, after
It
watching,
was a terrible fade, by the way. As a barber.
Yeah, that temple taper was all fucked up. And I ain't even a barber and I beat that shit. Like, that temple taper
You know
was all
what?
fucked up.
It does hurt me to say it. So I tried to skill around that thing.
and he came with a reason. He came with reason and tried.
Yeah, Spud Webb temple taper was fucked up.
So yeah,
But we love you, Spud.
he
But Soldier Boy ain't no
he
legend.
changed the way. Yeah. All right, go ahead.
After watching the interview and like hearing him, you know, saying talk, and then like reading them the facts, and then going back and looking at the fact that they are really facts, I was like, okay.
All you gotta do is go to his YouTube page.
Yeah.
But you know what? I always put Soldier Boy in like a Bow Wow bag.
You got to.
Like,
But he
because
of like the antics and
I respect that.
because of like the
But niggas be saying Bow Wow not a legend. Bow Wow did a lot, bro.
He did a lot.
Artist
But it's
was
seen as like
yeah.
growing, like him starting off so young, growing up and then kind of like, I don't want to say flopping, but really like not making it into the current scene because of like your antics. Like I always put him and Bow Wow in like the same type of lane because like, what am I trying to put that? I always put him and Bow Wow in the same type of lane because of like just like I said, they started off so young, did what they did, definitely were game changers, but then they got to a point to where they were no longer really effective in the game. And so I always put them next to each other, not saying like, you know, they're equal, whatever the case may be, but I definitely think that they came in when they did what they did, made change, and then like after that, it's like the out of sight, out of mind type of deal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's like Sammy, right? Like, I was like, Sammy was a beast.
What? Did he do anything?
Listen,
I didn't hear him like
hold
that.
on. Before y'all jump on me, you know what I'm saying?
Back.
Let me.
He had one of the biggest hits in 1999, nigga.
He
Shit was number one.
Sammy was a beast. He was
Hold on.
He just came out before his time, though.
Hold on. As a 34-year-old man, I remember Sammy having a song.
Yeah.
I do remember saying, yo, this young boy can really sing.
Yeah.
But it was like, all right, throw the locks back on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, so I can't put Sammy with
I mean-
the thing about it.
like, I really, you know
How
what I'm
old was you in
saying?
1999?
99, I was a freshman in high school.
See, 99, I was 7 years old, so it made sense.
Yeah, because Sammy was what, 11?
Right,
You know what I
it
mean?
made
Like,
sense to
Yo,
me.
y'all see that video with Bow Wow when the Let Me Hold You video with the
Yeah.
They said he was the GOAT for that move. That shit was stiff as hell. But it was fire though. So, and he had the beads and shit.
like Mike Bow Wow.
That was hang time though.
Nah. But like, yo, I got Soulja Boy had hits, man.
A lot of niggas
don't have as many hits as Soulja Boy had. A lot of niggas don't have that many hits. They
You're right. So look, Soulja Boy had at least 7 number ones, right? That I can remember, right? And I hate on Soulja Boy. I would be the first one to say I did not like Soulja Boy at all. But when she got dunked, come on the party, I'm the first nigga to jump on a big girl. She got dunked. I'm on it. Yo, wow. I'm on it, man. Like you can't help yourself. You know, it's still go. It's still go.
That shit's still fire.
You know what I mean?
To this party
They can play that anywhere. They play that Dell State all the time.
Yeah, man. And girls are still rocking.
And them kids probably wasn't
Shout out to
even
Soulja,
in
man.
kindergarten when that song came out.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to
So,
Soulja, man.
or hey.
And Draco.
That song right there will go down with Cash Money taking over for the
That's true.
You know what I mean?
But you know what I gotta say about the interview though is like when he was saying what he was saying. At first, I wasn't really believing what he was saying, but then you go like I said, you gotta look at the facts. And the reason why I think that what he was saying was attested facts was because nobody that he spoke about in the interview came out and said anything adverse to what he said. And typically, when people get on the media and it's chatting and it's a lie, the person that they lied about always come out and say, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be. Nobody's come out and said anything about this man's interview. And his interview got multi-million views on YouTube.
Yeah,
so they saw the interview.
Soulja just wanted his props, you feel me?
He changed the way you listen to music. You know what I'm saying? Like he was the first like YouTube sensation. He was what, 14, 15 years old when 16?
Yeah, fun.
Yo, he made that on his own personal, I don't know, Casio or something, but that was a homemade beat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He produced the song himself at 16. He ain't need a label. At the point, the labels needed him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He made the wave for all that, man. Ringtones, that was a lot of niggas' first ringtones. You know what I mean? Like that whole
and a lot of y'all chicks' name on MySpace was Soulja Girl something.
Thanks.
Parentheses
Yo, on MySpace.
So you saw on there.
Soulja.
Crying.
But moving along, salute to you, Soulja. You feel me? I mean, let's get on to this Don Q and Tory Lanez shit. You know what I mean? We just recapping, man. We missed a lot, man. We missed a lot, man. We missed a lot.
we catching up though.
Yeah.
But y'all go ahead. I've been talking too much.
With the Don Q and Tory Lanez, it's like Tory Lanez, I felt took that the first round. Basically because he's switching the flow in Don Q. I don't know, I would like to hear Don Q like acapella. I feel like acapella he like kill it, but on the beat, it's just, I don't know, it just doesn't sound the same. You know?
I think Don Q voice sets him back a lot.
Sounds like he's drowning on the beat or something.
I like his bars is there, like what he says. But if he had like a stronger delivery, the shit probably hit harder. Yeah, I mean, like Tory, you feel me? He got the first round, but Tory never came out with a second round. So,
but he said in the first one too that he wasn't.
He wasn't coming back.
Yeah, I mean, I know, but Tory just be making Tory make his own rules.
Yeah, Tory made his own rules. I ran down on old boy this past weekend. Like,
this is what I.
But nah, Don Q flanked the victory beat when he did this shit. But I'm like, damn, like. If his delivery was, because you feel me, his voice sets him back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I fuck with Don Q heavy. I got all his music, all his mixtapes and shit. I listen to him on the daily. But I mean on the victory beat, like it ain't. You gotta
go hard like Lloyd Banks.
And he went hard, but it's just his voice kind of set him back a little bit.
What I will say about this situation is I avoided it. Because it's no secret that I hate all things Tory Lanez. Can't stand it. So anything involving this guy, I avoid it.
How this nigga got 8 voices?
I just avoided it. I literally only listened to it last night because I knew we was going to talk about it today. So I just listened to it last night. And what I will say, and it's very painful to say, but I admit when I got to admit what I got to admit. I think that Tory Lanez. I would say Tory Lanez.
Yeah, Tory Lanez is the damn thing.
He took the W.
It's just like his voice is he got a powerful voice. You know JR, that's Tory's boy. He got a powerful voice, and Tory got so many fucking flows. It's ridiculous, bro.
Yeah.
That nigga got 8 different voices, 8 different flows, 8 different ways. Like, yo.
And the thing that really messed me up about listening to him last night was like, he actually can rap.
I've been telling y'all niggas that.
I know, but I was in denial.
Y'all deny because y'all can't singer.
Y'all had an intense blow up episode 9. You know what I'm saying?
We was really arguing. I'm like, yo, this nigga really can rap.
I listened to him last night. I was like, oh shit. It was so big that I actually listened to both of them. I listened to his twice.
I
I'm like, yo, the nigga really can rap though. Like the nigga's nice, bro.
He has
but
a
niggas be like, yo,
setup.
but like niggas be like, oh, this singer that, cause he came out singing this shit. You feel me? But the nigga, he was a rapper before.
I think
before
the thing that I was like, so the fact he legitimately has his way of setting up his bar, and I was like, oh, okay, so he actually.
And Tory be letting niggas go first. Like he'll bait them on, and then they drop they drop a track, but yeah, I mean after that, like he know how he gonna fucking do everything. Like, he got everything mapped out already.
But I will say this, Don Q definitely is fire.
Oh hell yeah,
Don Q
he definitely
is
body.
fire.
The victory be like I said, voice
He is definitely fire.
takes away from that. But moving along, salute to Don Q and Tory Lanez. Travis Scott at the Super Bowl. I mean, you know, everybody was giving him hell for that shit. Like
the fact that he took the Super Bowl halftime show, or the fact that his show was just what it was.
I mean, no, the fact that he actually took it.
I got something to say about that.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
How are you gonna be mad at Travis Scott performing at the Super Bowl when I saw on Instagram mad celebrities banking off the Super Bowl? Super Bowl party here, Super Bowl party here, here. If you're gonna stand up for a cause, just do it wholeheartedly. Not those Super Bowl parties and begging, making money off the Super Bowl when you're supposed to stand for Kaepernick and then, I'm gonna throw a Super Bowl party.
Right.
You know you're watching the Super Bowl and doing something with it.
You're right.
Nah, man.
They're getting a view.
Yeah.
Listen,
I'm
I mean, Gladys Knight sung the national anthem,
Fact.
and she fought.
Hey yo, listen man, I ain't saying nothing. The niggas that was talking crazy about Gladys Knight, dog, listen, I don't say SMD to nobody. But if I did, they would get it. Listen man, how you gonna fault her for performing at the Super Bowl and singing the national anthem when she sung at Dr. King's funeral? Like, my nigga chill.
She said she stood on them lines.
Like chill.
That's like right lines.
She's far from compromise.
Yeah, like
You know what I mean? You let Gladys sing. You know what I mean? I don't care what Gladys got to say. You let Gladys sing. Now, if you got a problem with Travis Scott and Maroon 5 and all that, whatever. But Gladys Knight, no, you let her chill. You know what I mean? I don't care if it's Gladys Knight, Aretha, Shaka Khan, any of them. You let her chill.
When it comes to boycott and all that shit, like Gladys has the last say so about singing at the national anthem at the Super Bowl. Like,
first of all, Gladys said, yo, and I'm pretty sure in her mind she's thinking like, I've been a part of enough marches to let y'all free.
Yeah.
To let y'all do something today.
Exactly.
I'm rocking out today. But I think ultimately the whole Super Bowl way and everything that came along with it, it was trash.
Yeah,
the whole thing was trash.
The Super Bowl was trash.
The Super Bowl was trash. The halftime show was trash. That's why I'm not even addressing Travis Scott. The whole thing was trash. Commercials were trash. Promotion was trash.
I don't know. They did have one good commercial.
But why?
That NFL, no, hell no. That NFL commercial where they was tackling each other at the banquet, that was good.
But overall,
it was trash.
the whole thing was trash.
It was the ass bowl.
Yeah, facts it was.
It was the ass.
There was no competition. It was trash.
moving along. Yeah, man. Look, they boycotted Gucci because of the black sweater face.
sweater.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I can't afford Gucci, so I'm always boycotting.
They never got a dollar line because I'm making up.
Shout out to Gucci. But Gucci, man, you gotta change your name though.
Guapo.
You gotta change your name though, Gucci.
Why be surprised with a brand like Gucci when those high-end brands have been doing this? Like,
But that's what they think
They
of
don't
us
care.
though. They think of us as old.
and we're some of their highest consumers.
But
Black
like,
people are some of the highest consumers.
like black folks just gotta realize, like, we make shit hot. We make shit dope.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers, you don't find it. If a nigga was wearing Gucci in the suburbs, you don't want to wear it because he got it the fuck on. You want to wear it because, you feel me, one of us, you feel me, got it on or whatever. Like, we make shit hot. That's what black folk, we are the main consumers.
Yeah.
We make shit dope.
Yeah.
You feel me? If we not wearing it, don't nobody want to wear it.
Yeah.
Imagine if we stopped wearing Timberland.
We're the highest consumers.
Think about
New York niggas alone.
But think about that year, right? Think about that year when everybody was wearing the polo boots.
That's 2000.
Yo,
Timberland had a hard.
Timberland had a hit, man.
That was like
it was his hard,
10, 11?
2011.
Yeah, 2011. Yeah, I remember. The fold down.
I'm about to say that for
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Everybody.
They had some nice Ugg boots back then. The actual boots, not the ones that the girls.
The ones that lace up.
Yeah, lace up, though. They had the fur on the top. Yeah, that was
them black and charcoal ones. Them things was fire.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I mean, but honestly, eventually all these, it sounds crazy, right? But the only thing that's going to make black people stop wearing Gucci or stop wearing a particular line is if it's black owned.
See, my whole issue
That's
is
the deep thing. And Floyd was just at the Gucci store.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Yeah, because the thing is, they'll spend $1,500 on some Gucci slippers, but let a black-owned business come out that's high-end with some $1,500 slippers. The black people are not gonna buy those.
Yeah.
No,
That's true.
and they're gonna say, "Yo, listen, man,
I gotta wear some shit that somebody else got. You feel me? I mean, like shit be dope. You feel me? Like
I'm always
like, yo, I'm the first one that you feel me that got this. Like I support all the brands. I mean, shout out to Atlantic City, Pleasantville, all the designers out there. I support all their brands. Yeah, I mean, I buy whatever they got. You feel me? I put that shit together. I make it look good. Like I don't need none of that. That high end shit to
There's
define
some
me as a
real
person.
creative dudes out here. Like, all right, so we in Dover, Delaware. If everybody don't know, we in Dover, Delaware, the home of Delaware State University. Delaware State University has some of the most creative students out there, whether they're fashion or cooking, anything you got going on. I make sure I support these students.
Yeah.
Because they support me. They come and get a haircut from me every 2 weeks. If they selling a sweater or a hoodie, I don't even care if I don't like it. I'm gonna buy it. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta support people's dreams, man. If they cooking platters, I ain't even a vegan. I bought vegan platters and I ate it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you gotta support black owned businesses. And what we don't, and what I try to understand is like,
Support the person you see every day.
Exactly, man. Like, so if I've been trying to find a black owned beauty supply store that I can go and I can buy my clippers from, my razors from, and all this stuff, right? But most black owned beauty supply stores only cater to stylists. They don't really cater to barbers. So I really can't do anything there.
Wow.
And even when they do, the stuff is like crazy high. I don't mind it. I'll pay $225 for a pair of Andis Masters at a black-owned beauty supply store instead of $130 or depending on $110 to $130 at a Chinese-owned beauty supply store, because I know that the Chinese, they get it firsthand. The black-owned beauty supply stores get maybe second, third hand.
That makes sense.
So they have to sell it higher. But I also know that I'm kind of taking the L here by spending $225 for a pair of masters that I know I can get for $130. But if I keep supporting them and I keep raising their money, then I know that eventually they're going to be able to get it firsthand.
Right.
And I can get it, you know what I mean? But that's the steps that we have to take to support each other.
Right.
You know what I mean? But we don't even want to do that. We live in a microwave society. We want to get it right now.
That's a fact.
Get it right now. I swear to you, it's 4 of us here right now. If you start a record label, I will make sure I will buy everything that comes from your record label. If you start a store, a clothing store, I will buy everything and I will support everything from that store. If you start, I don't know what you do. I know what you do, but I don't have an example right now. But whatever I will support it, you know what I'm saying? Because you gotta support each other.
That's
We
like
the village, man.
That's like like the brothers with the Muslim oil. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like they usually be down there by the store, but if you don't see them, I could go fucking right up the street to the Chinese spot and get some oil from there.
Yeah.
But it's like, damn, it's just like, but honestly, like some of us, you feel me? I ain't gonna say me because I own, you feel me? What I own, but like black owners and shit, like we don't take our shit serious sometimes.
Sometimes
I seen somebody the other day. They said one of the stores was closed down because it was the owner's birthday. Like, why the fuck is the store closed down?
Yeah.
Because it's the owner's birthday.
You're supposed to have employees.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like sometimes we don't take shit serious, but then so we need to start taking like what we do, like our craft and whatever we're invested into. We have to take that shit serious to the utmost. You feel me? Like we need to take that shit serious. Like, and then when we dealing with each other, why we always want deals? Like, we don't go to the fucking Chinese store and ask, can I get
Exactly.
I don't go to Walmart and be like, yo, can I get this joint for $5 off?
Or
Like,
can I
nah.
get these 2 hoodies for $20?
That's what I'm saying. Like, God,
Nah, man, because and this is what I'm saying, and to go back to my original point of if Gucci was black owned, we wouldn't support it anymore.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Which is sad.
black people, I ain't gonna say all black people, but we have a reputation of supporting everything, and maybe you can go back to slavery again, of thinking that everything that isn't black is better or is good.
Yeah.
So it's not that we want or we like the Gucci sweater. We like the status that comes
Yeah,
with
that
saying I have
status,
a Gucci sweater.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
It's the
Wow.
clout.
I can brag about having a Gucci sweater, but I can't brag about my brother who has a local and a local or new clothing supply store. I can't brag about that worldwide. I can brag about that locally, but nobody wants to be the local dude.
But you know what too? Like Gucci had to get to that braggable status. And so if I support you enough, and eventually that's what it leads up to. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll get to that braggable status, but like Gucci didn't just come out in the same day they came out.
No, they
You know what I'm
started,
saying?
but they
It came out support
they
over
just started
time.
fucking with that with Dan. After how many years he been fucking
Putting
Right,
Gucci
right,
on.
right,
That's what I'm
we
saying.
have
Yeah.
so listen, right? Just to get to a whole,
we make shit.
we make shit. Listen, man, we move cultures without ever having our own true culture or ever knowing our own true culture. We move it. We do because we are the nation's consumer.
Yeah.
We are only 13% of America's
We
population.
spend what, trillions of dollars
We
on
spend
that.
trillions
Yeah.
because we make shit move.
Still living off the system.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if we say something's hot, it's hot.
Yeah.
It's hot. And you know what? It's ghetto or hood until proven fashionable.
Right.
You know what I'm
right,
saying? Your dreadlocks is nasty and dirty
Right.
until a white boy wears
Right.
or a white girl wears. You know what I'm saying? Your hoodie is intimidating until it has a polo on it. It has Ralph Lauren on it.
Yeah.
It has Abercrombie and Fitch on it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if it has an X on it, oh my God, no, we can't touch that. No, it's still a hoodie.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
It's all perception, man.
It's all perception.
All perception.
Jordans, the same thing. White boy wears Jordans. Oh, white boy wears Jordans. Black dude wears Jordans. Oh my God, we got to move. He's a hood. You know what I
You
mean?
know, like I when it comes to Jordan, certain clubs. I remember I got in with my Air Maxes. My boy had some Jordans on. He told me he couldn't come in there.
That's
He both
wow.
had sneakers on.
Wow.
Just because this shit was Jordan.
That's it.
You know what I mean? I had Air Maxes on. I mean, sneakers a sneaker, right? But just because I had Jordans on, but you know, the mindset behind, you know how people get killed over that shit, you know, over Jordans and shit. Like, just like back to like starter jackets back in the day, we was coming up. Like, how many people we know got robbed for their starter
When I was younger,
jackets?
yeah,
If you had an Orlando Magic,
Chicago
or
Bulls,
Chicago White Sox,
Hornets.
Chicago Bulls, or Hornets starter jacket,
Yeah.
yo, you was getting knocked off.
That's true,
At
yeah.
very minimum, you was getting punched in your mouth.
That's
You know what I
And
mean?
niggas used to be taking them, just like,
Wow.
the fashion shit is deep. Like, I understand, like, and that's why
But
like,
it's us though.
I know, it is really us. It's
Because I
us.
don't even think like Europeans purchase Gucci like that, and their stuff is like manufactured.
You don't
like
see
that.
these rich ass niggas
They
wearing
don't.
that shit.
They
They don't.
Don't. Well, listen. Put it this way, right? They wear it. They wear it. But you never see them with the gaudy stuff. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like, we want the Gucci
That says Gucci,
that's
on the
Gucci
front.
on it.
Yeah.
And big.
Yeah.
So everybody knows that it's
So
Gucci.
you can only wear it once.
Yeah.
A lot of people do that, man. That's it.
Look, man, I pay for my shit. I'm banging my shit. Man.
Yeah,
I
you
wear
know what
my
I'm saying?
shit
Oh,
many
but-
times as I want. I don't give a
Can't
You know
walk
what I
around
mean?
with the,
We want the
Gucci hoodie every
status.
day.
I'm wearing my shit. I'm
Yeah, we
wearing.
don't really want the
Nigga, you
clothes.
pay $1,000 for a Gucci hoodie, you better wear that shit every like that.
But the sad part is like with the status, like just because you got on Gucci don't mean that you got bread.
Nah, it don't.
So like it give you that status for that moment because you
Yeah.
think you got the bread.
It just means
Like,
that
if
you
you
go
go
at
that-
$900 sweater,
you go
yeah,
that-
you
the thought
can't
that
pay
you
your
got
rent.
the bread.
Yeah.
You know what I
It's
mean?
gonna be something to thought.
They
not
said
the
fucking
actual
Bill
reality.
Gates drives a fucking Camry. Then you're like,
Yo, so look, we about to get off topic really quick. Give me 30 seconds to tell this quick story, right? I was stationed in Santa Ana, California, my first Army station. I get out there and I pull up to a gas station. And I see this yellow, like, we call them punch buggies. You know what I mean? This yellow punch buggy come up and I'm looking and everybody stops. And I'm like, yo, this is a punch buggy. What the hell is everybody stopping for? I'm pumping gas. Cameron Diaz gets out of the punch buggy.
Oh shit.
Pumps her gas, everybody looks and just keeps going on the light. I'm like, damn, Cameron Diaz has a punch buggy. But this nigga over here has a Benz and he probably ain't got $20 in his name. Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, the nigga put $9 in gas.
Wow.
I say that all the time. Everybody balling so you catch him at the gas station.
Yo,
Listen, I've had to make life decisions at the gas station. I've had $20 at the gas station and said, damn, I want to put the 20 in there, but I ain't eat that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Also, to go with your point too, like Bill Gates came to Dell State my senior year at Dell State, and him and his wife came because they were like interviewing students to see if like the students were at the, I guess like at the caliber they needed for them to invest like money for scholarships or whatever. So I got a chance to like meet with him and his wife or whatever. So we're talking to him. Whole time, Bill Gates and his wife came to Dell State in a freaking Honda. They have a Honda. And so they talked about where they put their money at though. Like they invest their money into humanitarianism. And of course they have like, they still have security, like, you know, riding around them, but they themselves drive a Honda.
Yeah. Bruh.
And I was like,
Bill Gates, what do I have to do?
Bill Gates. The freaking man is a and he not out here with no freaking Maybach or chains. Like he had on regular clothes, he had on a freaking polo, some khakis with a shirt tucked in, a belt, and some freaking loafers.
Yeah.
Chilling.
Shit from the thrift store.
Probably got it from Old Navy. Probably got that thing from Old Navy.
Target.
Like, but they live like so they're well set off, but like, man, like it's like the perspective that you put on money. Like I feel like you can do so much more with it if you manage it properly. Yeah. Rather than you out here just busting it up on like jewelry and cars.
Like I said, it ain't nothing wrong with looking nice. We all like to look nice. You know what I mean? But
be smart.
You know what I mean? Be smart with your bread.
Like what does your future look like? You got on your future right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? What does your future look like?
Exactly.
Before we move on, white people have mastered the art of giving their money a job.
Facts.
We have mastered the art of getting a job to earn money.
Facts.
Well, I was gonna talk about the 21 Savage shit, but he's free now, so salute to him.
Is he back in America?
He's out on a bond.
Okay.
They said he got like a.
They actually locked him up.
Yeah, he was in jail.
I thought they just sent him back.
Nah, he was locked up at the immigration
Damn.
shit. Yeah. So he's out on bond. You know what I mean? Right now he got a hearing. I don't know when the hearing is. I mean, that's what I had seen online, but he's free now, so I mean, salute to 21 Savage. We're gonna move along to the Grammys. Man, did y'all see the Grammys?
I watched it.
I watched the Grammys.
Here we go again.
Congrats to Cardi B, man.
Facts, congrats.
I called it already.
Why we gotta start with that though?
We can start with Alicia. You want to start with Alicia?
I want to start with Alicia. Yeah. Alicia did a much better job
Than what you expected, right?
She's a great host.
I felt like she did a good job.
She did a good job. I would love to see her back again.
And you know what? I thought that it was dope how I feel like she knows herself, and I think that she knows that she doesn't have like this freaking notable, I guess, like personality to be like hosting the show or whatever the case may be, and she knew people were against it, and so I feel like she pulled on her strong points, like bringing Michelle, Jada Pinkett, J Lo, and Lady Gaga out with her at the beginning. Like I feel like that broke some ice for people. Like, oh, okay, she's doing, and then like just like throwing in little, like she's not really funny, but she's doing little humorous things here and there that the crowd caught on to. That I felt like she just knew how to really finesse her whole thing, because she already knew that people was coming against her as a host. Like, so I feel like she did what she had to do in the back end and really work and figure out.
Performances was dope too.
Yeah, absolutely.
With the two piano,
that was fire.
Yeah.
medley.
What's her last name?
Yeah, I'm not
That's
Alicia Keys lover, so I'm
I
all
like Alicia Keys. I like Alicia.
I love Alicia.
I love Alicia, man.
Since she's been out with the straight back braids with the beads on.
Yeah,
That was baby.
one.
That was my baby.
Song's
The
name,
headscarf.
The headscarf.
Braids coming out. Yeah, that was my
Song's
baby.
name, man.
You want to get into these awards? Get into the awards, man. I mean, Cardi won.
Cardi gang.
Cardi won. So
She
listen,
won
right?
Best Rap Album.
She won Best Album. She won best rap album. Best rap. She won best rap album. I get it. I don't think she should have won. I think she definitely should have been nominated. I don't think she should have won though. But I get why. It definitely was a Grammy.
Why don't you think she should have won?
I don't think she should have won.
Looking at it from the outside, I cut you off.
I don't think she should have won only because I don't think even though she had hits, I think they voted for her story. She was the underdog. You know what I'm saying? And she just so happened to make great music. I would never dispute any. If y'all say, yo, every song was a hit, guess what? Every song was a hit. She definitely did her thing.
Her singles after, and what we can, I think that her singles after and her features probably did contribute to her actually winning though.
Absolutely. So listen. I
think her features really set her over the bar though. She bodied every fucking thing.
Everything she was.
Nothing was a flop.
I'm kind of going to contradict myself, admittedly. So like I know, like in my personal opinion, yo, Victory Lap or Pusha T had the best rap album. Because I'm a hip hop purist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Victory Lap was I agree.
But that's the hood's pick though.
Yeah, that's the hood's pick.
But when you think of Grammys, you gotta think about radio spins and all that.
All
shit.
that stuff. Right? So that's what I had to think about to put things in a bigger perspective.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So she won with that. Like she was on Tiger, not Tiger. What joint was she on? She was on a big,
Bruno Mars or something?
Bruno Mars.
She was on Bruno Mars. She was on Maroon 5. G-Eazy. Like she was on everything from Hot 97, Power 99 to Q102. You know what I'm saying? Like she was everywhere.
And that was my point that I wanted to also make. My bad, you got something to say, right?
Oh no, I was just saying.
That was the point that I was making with like her winning the Grammy. I think that what did contribute to her actually winning, other than like her features and singles that she came out with after the album, was overall work ethic. If we're gonna count work ethic, I feel like she had that in the bag. Like Cardi has been
everybody.
Like she literally outworked everybody.
When I was watching Everyday Struggle Daylight, Wayno said he was in Atlanta with one of the engineers in the studio, and they was like, yo, she used to be here till like 4 in the morning, and she'd come here like 4 in the afternoon, like, and she was pregnant.
And fly back forth.
Yeah, I mean, like,
she did most of her videos pregnant.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
she said that.
Work ethic is crazy. She had to give things to her daughter, like, and doing all of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? While you in there, it's like, you know what I'm saying?
She
Like, I
said she
feel
only
like
had what, 3 songs done for an album?
and she had to push everything else out.
You know what I mean? Right.
Before she started showing like work ethic.
Yeah,
I mean, she did songs like from like leading up to it. She did songs while she was sick. She did songs while she had a cold. Had to re-record it because it didn't sound right because she had a cold. Like, who do you know this?
Well, and she was doing international features.
That's what I'm saying.
People and all that shit.
Still performing too.
Oh, that's what we forgot about.
Remember she was on Saturday Night Live, nigga.
That she did. I forgot all about that.
When she was on Saturday Night Live.
Alright, man. The defense press, Your Honor.
She did more in her nominee colleagues.
Salute to Cardi, man. Salute to Cardi, man. Drake,
I will say this.
Drake won Best Rap Song of the Year for God's Plan. You feel me?
Yeah.
I think the video did it. The video.
The concept of the video.
Handing out money.
I'm about to say wishes. Rap Song of the Year. But I get it because of
it was a video. If he never shot a video for that,
Sicko Mode would have got that.
Yeah.
Sicko Mode was easily the song.
Yeah. I mean,
But had Drake at the same time, it's the power of Drake.
Alright, so listen, right? This is my thing with the speech. The speech. We need to address the speech. The speech. He addressed the Grammys. You don't need this here. As soon as he said, you don't need this for validation, boom, they cut him off. They went to commercial.
They started turning the music on and shit.
No, they didn't even turn the music on, they just went to commercial.
But you know what?
They still got the old joint up there.
Never
They got those
award. They'll never give Drake another award.
Probably not. He don't give a fuck though.
I don't think he cares.
At this stage, he don't even care.
Blackout 5 instead of the last Grammys in 2015. He was at the battle during Toronto when he was nominated. He was like, nah, I ain't going. He was at the battle rap shit.
Oh yeah, he was there.
Yeah, I think he definitely reached that status to where he doesn't. He's like, I don't want to say he's like a Beyonce and Jay-Z, but Beyonce and Jay-Z don't go anywhere. They don't go to anybody because they reached that status.
They won the Grammy too.
Yeah.
They did.
They won one.
They ain't showing up.
What they win? The
Best contemporary album.
Yeah, urban. Best urban rap contemporary album. Fucking Childish Gambino. Childish Gambino won mad Grammys.
He won 4 Grammys. He didn't come.
Yeah.
He won the best video.
Best video.
And he had song. He had best. Was it record of the year
Yeah.
or?
Something in the year.
It was record. It was either record for This Is America. He won like 4 Grammys.
But I wouldn't even expect Childish Gambino to go because he's like a simplest. Like he's not like a spotlight person.
Yeah. My girl Ella May won. You know what I mean?
What was she win for? What she win for?
That's R&B song.
Okay.
I didn't finish the Grammys. Did her win anything?
Yeah,
She won
R&B album of the year.
She had best R&B performance.
And she won the album of the year.
She won R&B. She won R&B album of the year too.
Yeah, she
Is his
should.
name Daniel? She had that song.
Yeah.
I just wanted. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna
she
fuck that.
should.
Oh, she won best R&B album.
Yep.
And then she shocked everybody by saying
Tony Braxton get nominated.
that album was actually pretty good.
Yeah. I ain't even know
I heard
about
the new Tony Braxton album. I heard it was good.
Sex and Cigarettes.
Yeah, I heard it was good.
It was actually
I haven't listened to it, but I heard it was good.
All right, well, man, salute to the motherfucking Grammys. How do y'all feel about the Grammys as a whole show, though?
I thought it was good. It was way better than what I expected. I just
Who
got
had the
tired
best
of
performance?
Cardi B.
I gave it to Cardi.
Really?
She bodied that shit, bro.
I got it in my notes, but my phone is charging. I think her performance was good. I think
Yeah.
Cardi's
Listen.
performance was good.
Travis Scott was cool too.
Who?
Travis Scott.
It was better than expected, but nah. So that's just my opinion.
It's like that Super Bowl.
It was better than the Super Bowl. It was better than the Super Bowl. But
Between her and Cardi's performance, I will say that Cardi went all the way out, but Cardi still has work to do on her ability to stay on beat. Okay, her coordination. But I will say her. I love live music, and her killing that freaking guitar just did everything for me. She killed the guitar. Like she killed the freaking guitar. Ain't nobody can say that she did.
it reminded me of like a Prince performance.
Absolutely.
Minus
So what's the name?
Oh, Janelle Monáe. I know she can dance, yo.
Janelle Monáe killed her. She gave me all Prince, bro. She snapped. Even her sound, like her voice, like
Prince, man.
Yo, listen.
Nah, like Janelle Monáe game. She
Janelle Monáe has hit another level.
She performed the
Yeah.
listen.
I know she like that, yo.
Remember Janelle Monáe was like in Suits and she
Yeah,
was like, yo, you're gonna respect my art and my sexuality.
Yeah.
Yo, she's the complete opposite now. She need Lil' Kim with it, but she Foxy Brown.
Yeah.
She's bad. I ain't gonna lie.
Janelle Monáe, she snapped in that performance.
Yeah, so that was
That could be up in the ranks.
Shout out to Janelle Monáe.
I'm about to, we doing hip hop, but Lady Gaga performance was good too.
Okay, so Dahlia.
Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton surprised the crap out of me though.
Now, how the hell I didn't do a tribute to her. She suckled dick.
But she definitely is plastic.
But now we not about to talk about Dolly Parton. But salute to you though, Dolly. But we about to wrap this thing up. I was gonna talk about, you feel me,
Jessica Cassidy.
yeah, but we gonna say that for next episode, man. We can talk about the URL.
Good for you.
Easy for you.
Legit.
Lux 2-1, just Verb.
I gotta give vegan bird.
Vegan Herb 2-1.
Vegan Birds is gonna win that one.
I'm always going against the grades. But yo, we about to wrap. We gonna get into that next episode, man. It's been a while. We had a lot of catching up to do, a lot of current shit going on. You feel me? But we about to wrap this thing up. You feel me? Bottle Talk Podcast. Follow us on Instagram. Bottle Talk _podcast. Follow us on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. Subscribe to the shit on Facebook. Just subscribe and follow us every fucking way. Season 2, we back, man. We out of here.
Yeah.